What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
Welcome to I'm gonna play Dragon Age until I die. What I mean, I'm gonna beat it until I beat the game. I'm not gonna play it until I die, until I reach old age. That would be a fate. What a waste of a life. If I just played this for the rest of it. Oh my gosh. This is the I am not doing this on stream anymore because I don't want, because if it crashes, I don't want to spend 20 minutes on stream going, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? There's some good things about it because it lets me do whatever I want. I think we've talked to everybody here already. There is a couple of quests I want to say. Yeah, we have to go back to Treviso even though we just had coffee. It feels like a lot of this should have just been handled straight into it. And I think it breaks the pace to have to go back and then go here. But that might be a problem with their design structure. But we'll go ahead and we'll just do the things. We'll do the things. We'll get Neve and Lucanus together, and then we'll just do a study of Docktown because she just wants to go back. It's been a while since we've been to Vinter. I want to go back on the streets. I guarantee if there's a fight, it's going to be a fight in that same dock area, because there's only one place where that happens. Okay, we'll go Lucanus and Neve, which means I don't have my healer with me. We'll just have to deal with it. All right. Let's go have a meeting so that we can talk about arranging a funeral.
How is he?
It is good Rook found Dareth's contract. Eyre says Jacobus is comforted to know his cousin's death was not in vain.
Work might help focus him, but until he can control that temper, I cannot approve Jacobus as a full-fledged crow.
I feel as you do. We worry about Jacobus. His future seems so dark.
There's comfort to be found in the dark.
It could be hard to find without someone to guide you.
Then we must ensure there are crows alive to guide him.
What is it about the conversations that I just don't like? Is it that there's not a conversation wheel? Is it that there's no... It kind of... I guess we've talked about this before, but it kind of feels like the game doesn't want to waste your time with this. Like, it almost seems disinterested in this portion of it, and is more interested in the action fight portions of it, which have been pretty good so far. Ooh, we're gonna get this third. There's just a whole bunch of these things that are popping up. Insights how the gods manipulate enemies of the Antivan Crows. Willem. Oh, is this where all the explanations are? Willem with lettering seared into it without pressure as the words emerge from skin is directed at the butcher. The butcher was the guy that we killed, wasn't it? The boon is yours, bound by the blood of beasts as our ancestors bound the blood of dragons to themselves. As they claim the strength of fire, we have been granted the strength of form, of burning muscles and taut veins. Through this, we become strong again. Through this, we become more. Carry this strength and join us. Oh. Another script ink below, scrolling. Why do you hesitate before greatness? You should spread our capital O boon among your soldiers. I offered you a blade to crush your enemies, but you clutch a pen like a scholar. Do you ever fight alongside your brothers? Your way is old and weak. My Antom will bury yours. The Dragon King. I hate this oafish fool. Ha 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 ha. Just in case we were setting a tone. The House of Gregor Mercantile. His house been of uniform color, but shimmers with threads of 100 different weavers. The sharpest edge is keen by routes of well-traveled bonds maintained. Traders are talent, coins our blade. We are Hess Gregor, and we are Antivan Crows. Secretive Society. Lucanus, you're right. We knew they were coming, but by the Antom invasion still caught us unprepared. Buying a Talon was a move that paid off for them. Emil Cortez were too skilled and were too busy picking up the piece of the strike came. Worse, they hit without warning and hit us in the grip fast. Too fast. They bought someone else. Maybe a lot of someone's. We haven't found all the throats that need cutting. Now we have Kunari in control of Valentiva. Treviso is their favorite toy. They flaunt their occupation here, like showing off how they took charge of our poor, lawless people for their own good. I know you just got out and too much has happened already, but we still have work to do. Okay? You must stop using the classical categorization for demons. I've told you 1,000 times it's far too simple. Demons are beings of emotion. Emotion is complex. Pride is both self-esteem and mad hubris, darling. And those are easy variations. A single word will not suffice. Because there were 4 original demons, pride, lust, like they had like those like type of things with it. And they want to be able to have more demons. I would be more angry at this. I am more incensed because it's just like, you need to stop. You have to stop. You just have to stop. That's so aggressive for a... Is it in character? Probably. But is it pushing towards the audience? Maybe. If I enjoyed this game more, would I be less incensed? I don't know. It's probably because it is fitting a theme and narrative where it's just like, we're going to do whatever we want with the world and area. You gotta put that to the side. I think it does probably just spike a bit more because I'm so not into that with this game. Emotion is complex. Pride is both... Yeah. Our work will delve into the depths of the soul. We will bring to light the varieties of demon that our foolish contemporaries cannot imagine. Did you not see something fascinating done by the Southern cult? Fiery something or other. Fiery promise? They attempted to seed demons into the human flesh to make them stable beyond the veil. Imagine what we could discover if we did the same. Ooh, maybe Zara is just the evil person. She wasn't kidnapped. She was rescued. I did a quoting motion. Rescued. Maybe that's the case. If she's foreshadowed in here though, that would be really dumb. The market throwing the wings. We do not hide, we move, and we need to show our path. We're gonna go. You don't have time for stencils or sigils, except you guys do a mark all the time. Hence the mark and learning to throw the wing. Vellum is scored, waxed as a sphere, colored with liquid, the ball, and then thrown properly. 3 turns for a body length, 10 for a street. It splashes into silhouette. It splashes into silhouette and wings. Why so careful to throw when splatter alone will not mark a path? Is there anything that we benefit from the style? Keep the pressure up on the on-time. Keep a supply. We need fishers in the water. You'll be throwing tomatoes if I run out of squid ink. So I like that idea of them throwing something into the water. Like, that would be really cool to see. But they're not going to do that because they just have markings on the wall because that's easier. Which is fine. Just don't take it. Just take out the sentry. Katarina's search. Finally, the Diamond Academy's private room. They date back to the way the ship was lost, the day they were taken from us, and chased the smallest leads from Antiva to the venture back again. Whatever Varric and his friends did in their pursuit of solace caused a ripple through the Ventory ranks. It made them slip and allowed Katarina to discover what was hidden in our waters the whole time. She never stopped looking for you, Lucanus. I thought you'd want to know. Aw. There's all of this back and forth here. Do you have a map of Antom's movement throughout the Antiva or records of the activity? When off-hand remark, I learned that a vineyard south of Treviso was burned to the ground. It was one owned by the De La Mortes. I visited a few times. I remember the sign at the front gate with... I remember that. I'm so whimsical. Katerina was ensuring the families impacted were taken care of, or I should ensure the same. Via's attached everything you need to know, but and more, I've added a list of every contract closed with Antom as a target. We've suffered, but the Antom has never been unchallenged. I have a bottle from the vineyard you mentioned. We'll drink it when Treviso is ours again, and we'll be all the sweeter. Everything is like a moment with them. But that's RPG stuff. I need to get off my high horse. That's a cool piece of art. Lucanus. Speaking of which art is from this game? Which art is from Inquisition? Can you tell? Lucanus, speaking of Zara, here's everything I can find on Zara, at least when she's in Marathas, as you know too well. She figures out from the city, from the country itself half the time. The trips are for longer than people think. Rumor is that she gets her imposter sit in the magisterium for meetings with her. She wants to glamour power without the boredom. She used to sponsor magical research in Mithras, but stopped abruptly, likely when she took her hobbies elsewhere. Zara would have associates in Treviso. If the notes can help us track them down and use them, perhaps we can Perhaps a frequent guest at our gatherings or money we can follow since it lifted Vinter Imperium. Zara is vain, egotistical, and cruel, except nothing less from those who sought our favor. Oh, this is his logbook, which we looked at. Treviso has always been a free port, even when even merchant princes respected this. Their fortune is this because we trade and work with we will. So of course, our first act of the Antom invasion was to blockade our trading ships with their. First act of the Antom invasion was to blockade our trading ship with their dreadnoughts. Then they somehow took out our guard outpost in a single evening. After that, the Antom built fortified camps right inside Treviso, positioned as though they'd already figured out where to choke off resistance, or as though someone drew them a map. The Butcher seems capable. He has, irritatingly, a gift for anticipating acts of sabotage, but I want to know what traitor gave the monster a city before we see him dead. From Viago's diary, which we already know. I wasn't meaning to go in. I'm not planning on reading every single one of these right this second, but we probably should catch up on it, so I can give you my thoughts. Anyway, wait, Lucan. Oh, I guess Lucanus was just right here. Does he walk with me if we go this way? No, he does not. Oh, hey, random person.
Thank you for saving Jacobus. I hope I can
Oh,
help
the
him
heir.
save
That's
himself.
right.
He's at a dangerous point in his training. If he is not careful, he risks becoming merely a killer.
Because that's not what the crows are all about. Assassins. Okay. Barely returned. He's been returned for a couple hours now. At least a couple days for there to be more than one logbook.
Good, you're here.
Thank you for making the arrangements, Dea.
For Katerina? How could I do otherwise?
I feel so underdressed.
I'm so sorry, Lucanis. This must be such a blow. Rook, thank you for coming with him. I need Juan de la Muerte to plan this. His cousin has been no help at all.
I'm sorry, Dea. This is just too much right now.
We got called in to help because he's just feeling too emotional. He's the head of a assassin order. I guess he wasn't the head. That's kind of been forced upon him. Oh, I like that about Lucanus's outfit. The gold and then the dark purple, the split, because he's an abomination right now. I'll help however I can. No, tell us what you need. I'm busy.
What do you need us to do?
Oh,
There's a lot to plan.
thank you,
First,
Lucanus.
I need the ashes.
Ashes?
Make it help us. Yes, the ashes. Katerina's ashes. From the cremation?
Oh, yes, of course. I'll get them to you right away.
Ilario, what happened?
What do you mean?
Katerina, how? How did the Venatori get to her?
Questions we
When?
should have asked a little while
Where?
ago.
In the estate? In the city? How did they get past our people? What did they use? Poison? Blades? I need to know.
Cousin, stop. You can't dwell on this. It'll drive you mad.
I'm not dwelling. Zara killed the first Talon. I have to know how if I'm going to stop her.
I told you, I'm handling it.
Boys, enough of this.
But it's too much
We
for
have
him right
other things
now.
to discuss.
My apologies, Andradea. Continue without me. I'll get you the ashes.
He's acting strange.
Something's going on with him. I don't know what.
Never mind, he's the
When he's
traitor.
not on the job, my cousin always has his head in the clouds.
Hilario can be a handful. But this? The only time I've seen him like this was when Lucanis died. You're worrying, aren't you? What will people say if they hear the demon of Virantium has a big, soft heart?
He's been careless at times, but never when his own life was on the line. Zara took down the first Talon. Anyone could be next. And my cousin doesn't want to think about it?
You have a point. It's not like Hilario to ignore a knife coming at him.
What do you need from me for the funeral?
Come, I'll get us some drinks and we can make the arrangements.
Let's ignore all of that intrigue with Hilario. Let's.
Our house owes you for handling all of this.
Oh, I guess we. Okay.
Katerina was family. Can you imagine what she'd say if she saw us all like this?
She'd be furious, especially at Ilario, as usual.
They just seem so disorganized. That's my problem with the crows right now. There's such disorganization, and that, as someone who tries to bring organization into his work day after day to try to make things like solid and set and process heavy. As someone who values processes, I will admit that might be a bad thing. If I was in charge of a government, there would be so much bureaucracy, but it would be useful bureaucracy as best as I could make it. But I love having the right and proper forms filled out. I like people following through with their process. It just makes everything so much more efficient when people can do all of those things. The big problem with bureaucracy is that if there's too much of it, people aren't going to focus it and people are lazy. Here, people aren't lazy. They're all working on things, but it's all so just like, oh, we'll do this now. Oh, we'll do that now. And in writing, it's called pacing. In real life, it's just disorder and disorganization. But they just lost first Talon? I don't know, maybe. I need to chill. I'm chill. I'm good. Not you.
How did you stay on her good side?
What good side?
To hear Katerina tell it, Lucanis can do no wrong.
It's easy to look good standing next to my cousin.
I'll have my people keep an eye on him for you.
Thank you, Thea.
Go on. I'll let you know if something comes up.
Was that the whole conversation? It was the whole conversation. Excellent. Well, that scene is clearly just to throw some shade at our good friend. Whatchamacallem. It's just to throw some shade on Ilario a little bit more. His head's in the clouds. He was like that when you died. Okay, Ilario did it. It wasn't Viago. Viago's not enough of a character. He's just another guy that also has a relation. I think it would have been better if it was just the two of them. Oh, no. I didn't want to go through the... I was talking. Get...
You had me followed. Inquired about me.
I needed to be sure. The Knight Commander.
Lanos is playing for the other side, so Tarquin's probably dirty too. After all the shit we've been through, I thought I'd earn some trust.
Okay, we're gonna do about Viper or Asher. More new faces in Docktown looking for work. Say they're refugees from the front, but the scars tell a different story. That shut down all textile mill north of Arsario was over the broadsheets. Sold in the papers. Story set sold to all new owners, but word on the street is it's another successful slave rebellion. In just the past year, the South Nosen shipyard, the caravan moving slaves to Ventus, the mines and the 100 Pillars, perhaps more if they keep quiet. You know who to ask, and you ask about the rebellions, you'll hear about the Viper. They say that he arrives, helps the slaves find new lives, and disappears. I like the sound of that. Slave rebellions used to get put down easy. Something's changed. Is it the mysterious Viper, or is there something else going on here? Yeah, the Viper is probably working with new Dorian.
I did it to protect the Shadow Dragons and the cause.
Yeah, you protected them. Happy now?
Yes. Turns out you're not a traitor.
Everything okay?
It even moved the discussion.
Everything is fine.
He even moved over the table.
I'm not in the pocket of some magister, and now he knows for sure.
You would have done the same, to be sure.
Or maybe I just trusted you, like a fool. High Bloods. You just can't help what you think about the rest of us, can you?
All right.
All right.
Ugh, I shouldn't have said that.
We can talk about High Bloods. It's going to tell us about the Devinter Magisters with mages, I think.
High Bloods. Is he?
Altus Mage, born and bred. Literally, bred in his case.
Literally bred.
You don't know about that? The Altus love their bloodlines, trying to breed the perfect mage.
You're saying he's another magister?
Nah, not my story to tell.
Yeah, deal with it, bud.
Risen Gods, Venatori, Darkspawn. There's no time for whatever that was.
I should just let it slide then? Let him down me? Oh, everyone's on edge with all the city's troubles. The worst part? He's probably right. I would have investigated me too. You just can't trust them in Wrath as Templar. Not right now.
So why be a Templar?
So why even be a Templar?
I used to be a soldier. Being a Templar is not far off. Joining the military is one of the ways you get
Why did
respect
this is
for
the, why is
Sokolati.
this the random conversation
That's
that kind of
someone
moved that
who's
around?
Not a mage, right?
Means sleeper in Old Tavine. Not a mage. Sorry for your shit hand. Now you get to die in the endless war against the Canary. All the men in my family are military. My father, well, he made it clear that if I wanted to live as a man, I'd have to be a soldier.
That sounds tough. Now being a soldier, a Templar.
You ever stick to something because change is too hard?
Because we can't fight on all fronts. I get it. You're a shadow dragon. Aren't the other Templars suspicious?
Most of them don't notice me, or what I do.
What do you do?
I organise the documents in the archives downtown, in the cellar.
I'm a mighty Templar warrior, and I organize the documents. That actually doesn't sound so bad. With everything else that's going on in Dragon Age, if you're just sorting the papers out, that actually sounds like a very safe job. Don't give me that look, Rook. Yeah, that's right. Look back at him. Not a waste of time. Administrative work is important. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying the whole time. Organization is important. No one cares about organization. It does sound unpleasant.
That doesn't sound very rewarding.
You think? Crumbling walls, no sunlight, rats. The cellar's where they store things they don't want to deal with. Difficult ideas, difficult people.
So you joined the Shadow Dragons.
I never really fit anywhere else. Could never be what people wanted. That story's too common around here. The other shadows get it. No questions asked.
Well, Viper put the cause first. If he's wasted time investigating you, that's his problem. But if the whole idea is to make sure you don't have traitors among you, there's a line to it, obviously. You don't want to get paranoid where you investigate everyone and kill everyone on the slightest tinge, but a small investigation's not a problem.
He was just putting the cause first.
I know. I shouldn't be so hard on him.
He's also
It's
your
fine.
boss.
It'll be fine. In a couple days, we'll be fighting over who said sorry better. Thanks for checking in, Rook. Keep safe out there.
Dude, I don't even know who you are. Oh, good. Met the man shadowing me, name's Tarquin. Got tired of his antics, hid and doubled back to approach him from behind. Said if he was surprised, he hit it well. Said he wanted to know if I could be trusted before he spoke to me. I pointed out that my trustworthiness aside, his methods gave me no reason to trust him. He conceded. He wanted to know if I had a lead on the red delirium potions coming through the docks. He'd seen evidence of a cover-up in Templar reports and wanted to compare notes. Might be able to make real progress from this. Rana's heard of him, a soldier from Ventus who quit the military and took a place with the Templars in Mithrathis, kept his head down, mostly deals with paperwork in the archives. Got the impression he isn't really liked by his superiors. Explains the side job. That explains everything, but then that makes this conversation useless. Because we will learn nothing more about him other than I am a little bit angry that the Viper investigated me.
How did you join the Shadow Dragons?
Helped make the Templars look the other way when there was a slave rebellion going down. Turned out that the Viper was helping. He brought me on.
Tarquin?
Gallus.
Shepard. Rex. Hey! She was kicked from the Magisterium over a year ago for treason. This is for Mavis Tilani. Allegedly. Her faction, the Lucerni, supported the movement to grant greater rights for the non-mages and slaves. They went silent. Silent movement may be gone. Tilani may be working behind the scenes with the allies still in Mithrathis. Dorian Pavis, another Lucani founder, still has his Magisterium seat. Could Tilani have taken the fall to keep his clean? The Vesperians, another highborn family, have tried to ties to House Tilani. Corrimer Vesperian is a traditionalist, but his youngest succeeded Urian Nihalius to become Imperial Defiant. Love the names, by the way. All of the names, everyone here except for the Viper, seem very Tevinter Imperium. There's so many vowels in them, and it makes you sound more intelligent when you say them, which is something that I think fits the Tevinter Imperium. His youngest became Imperial Defiant. Lofty role, but he spoke in support of the Lucerni, at least until their fall. And there's evidence that funding for the various slave rebellions may have come through members of the Dwarven Ambassadoria. Talani's always had allies in the Ambassadoria. Is her gold that's going to the rebellions. Probably. You have anything to say?
How are things?
Nope, you do not. Hey, Mr. Viper.
Not right now, Rook. You should talk with one of the others.
All right, you do look super, super busy.
I know I said we couldn't trust you, but I'm still grateful you helped us when you did.
Oh, you were the one that said that you couldn't trust me. Okay, now I remember you. And now you got mad that he didn't trust you. Hypocrisy.
Rook?
These people. Ooh, the Soporatai. Dorian, our next course of action should be seek the influential Soporatai allies who have been denied political power. The merchant families, the longest-serving non-mage praetors and magistrates, and the military, especially the military. Mages make up a fraction of our citizens. If Tevinter grinds to a halt without the Soporatai, they grind to a halt without the Soporatai. If we could encourage them to stand together and fight, they could change everything. Well, yeah, but that's the big thing. I will handle the merchants and the magistrates. I suggest you call upon Legatus Karen Merkar, Matthew Mercer, when you next visit Ventus. I hear Merkar has privately expressed support for reform, but more importantly, as a favor of the current Imperator. When the Imperator goes, Tevinter's military follows. Okay. Hey, Dorian?
I never thanked you for helping me with the First Warden.
You just hanging out here?
It was my pleasure. Nothing quite like needling authoritarian blowhards to give one such warm feelings. Good to see you.
It is not good to see you, man. I don't know why you're just hanging out here. Aren't you supposed to be, like, magisteriating? It's like when Morrigan appeared. It's like, hey, I'm here, too. And then nothing proceeds to happen.
The Candlehop. They carry messages through the city.
Curious about you and you of us. Other Candlehops find, please.
Is this for us? Strange. Wants us to find more.
Why does... I'm just the assistant.
Oh, I interrupted the conversation. Lorelei, the Shadow Dragon Fence. I thought Lorelei... Oh, this is from Harding. I thought Lorelei might be from Ferelden, and the way she put her assistant, called her assistant pup, and how she seems to be just a little more interested in the news in the south than most people I've met up here. During the Fifth Blight, Terran Loghain sold people from the Denerim alienage to Tevinter slavers to fund his war. Hey, that could have been me. Lorelei was one of those people. She doesn't want to talk about what happened, but it doesn't sound like she joined the Shadows after they helped free her in a rebellion they supported. Lorelei wears a little hood carving of Denerim's Venadal. Hey, the Tree of the People! It's the thing that she kept from there. The slavers took everything else. Messed up, because slavery's messed up. But is that true? Does she wear... She does not.
I heard about the warehouse. Darkspawn, huh? Those damned Venatori.
Good shot.
Come back soon. We'll have more.
Let's go talk to Neve in... Oh. Here you go. She's gonna get rich from me, I tell you what.
Don't touch the treasure.
Yeah, we won't take that.
There's treasure.
We'll go over here to the Fable 3 start quest area. Just tell us a bit about your character, I guess. Because we have time for this, stopping elven gods. Elganarg and Gerarnin.
Are we here for the Shadow Dragons?
I trade news with the Shadows, but it takes more than one source to get along here. Besides, I was doing this before they came knocking, before Varric too, right here in Docktown.
I would rather just stay silent and let you keep talking. I don't want the full tour because we've been all across Docktown already. It seems a bit like, again, it feels like this. They didn't know how to introduce these areas, and then the writing was completely separate from everything that they've done so far. You haven't been gone away from home long enough. It's only been a couple of days. In theory. Do you miss home? Some people can miss home after a week. Okay.
Do you miss Minrathous?
The alluvium makes it easy to get to.
That's what I was
That's
saying.
Not an answer.
Look, I know what Minrathous is.
But it's home.
It doesn't let go easy. I'll give it that. Come on. There's paper sellers all over here.
Want to see if they got your name right?
Most papers don't say much, but read between the lines and you pick up a thing or two. I'm not here as much lately. I'll take what news I can get. Let's grab a few copies. We'll see if we can find Balara's cereals, too.
That's nice that she mentioned the cereals from that conversation.
All right, let's go.
So, before Varric, before the Shadows, you worked for...
Same as now. People who find me and have jobs worth taking. Docktown people, runaways, the desperate.
And you do this on your own?
I've got contacts, informants, people I cross paths with, but at the end of the day, yeah, it's just me. Okay, keep an eye out for paper sellers. We'll start on the north side of Lower City.
How many do we need?
Don't worry, I'm paying. Let's get started.
An art of contortion and song tonight at your humble lamplighter.
Best word in Docktown, right here.
We'll take a paper. Thanks.
Drama in the palace. Is the Archon keeping secrets? Questions arose, but the Archon abruptly left the assembly. But those queries have since spiraled in the baseless speculation. Several magisters have reached out to assure my readers that there are rumors of cult influence in palace affairs are false. The Minrathous Mirror.
Trouble at the
This
palace?
one quotes several magisters,
Say no.
several lies.
How did you fall in with the Shadows?
I'd worked with some of them before. Not that they were upfront about it.
What changed?
I was after a missing person. The Viper was hunting slavers. Our paths had the same end.
And your missing person?
Free and breathing when we finished.
The Viper!
The Shadows
More
brought
than
me
one
in after
person.
that.
You'll read it here first.
One, please.
Myth or man, stories abound of the masked figure who watches over Minrathous. While some question the so-called Viper's existence, or whether he is one man or many, increased sightings of the mysterious figure were reported throughout Docktown. Between a reign of demons and everyday woes, many welcome his presence. Some others call him by a different name for no reason, even though everyone is still calling him the Viper. Even in internal conversations, even though he's given us his other name, we still call him the Viper. So I must ask you, my friends, why the second name still?
Viper's
I'll
spotted
save
at
this
local
one for the
fish fry.
Viper.
Are we going to ask more about Neve and her involvement with the Shadow Dragons?
So most of the time you work here alone. You like it that way?
It's easier.
But you like us, right?
You're all right.
Another rebellion? Here's what we know.
The dialogue seems well paced from quest giver to quest giver. There was
happened in Marnus Pell? First-hand account.
there's a game called Final Fantasy 13-3 Lightning's Return where if you have to sit and wait for the dialogue, like whenever you enter a zone there's more dialogue that gets spat at you, but if you sit and listen to it, there's a time limit on the whole game. You actually cannot win the game. You have to actively ignore the dialogue in order to beat the game because they just talk so much and they repeat themselves so much. in that dialogue. Luckily, it's dialogue like this where you're just walking and they're just talking about whatever. It's just insane. And ever since that game, I never played it. My buddy did. Good old Murdens. But as we did that, as I watched him play it, I then since decided I've paid attention to it ever since about what's happening and how that's all going around.
Another rebellion. Here's what we know.
And it's nice to know like there was a longer conversation, so I probably could have like walked.
What happened in Marnus Pell? First
I probably could have walked the first from the first one to the second one just fine, to the first one just fine, and to this one relatively fine. Okay.
Another rebellion.
One paper.
Here's what
Thanks.
we know.
I like how he's shouting in my face as I say one paper. Hope for the anti-slavery movement. Whispers of a successful rebellion in Marnus Pell have reached Minratha's streets. In light of distressing reports from all corners of the Imperium, the news brings a glimmer of hope for those continuing to fight in our capital. You're gonna get yourself killed.
I've got a contact who works this area. Let's see if he's around.
What about this one? You've got a good eye. I was starting to think my good name.
Oh, it's this guy. I remember this guy. We had a small conversation with him last we were in town.
Okay. The charm's good against all manner of curses and manipulation. Fair price. And you won't find better in the Circle District.
You won't find better at the Circle, but you will off the docks. For half the price and twice the enchantment.
Nev.
Alec?
Oh, if you say it's... thanks. I'll pass. Sorry.
Hey, if I'd known, I would have told you. Come back next week. I'll buy another paper.
I write them myself. The Magisters. They don't print the truth.
Most honest thing I'll hear today. What about you? Is it something you're buying, my friend?
Maybe another time. Today, I'm here to meet Nev's friends. Rook, by the way.
Friends? All right then. Alec Tava. Does this mean we're even for...
No. But if you've got any news...
Not much that'd interest you.
We chased a relic through Docktown. The buyer was Venatori, but the smuggler belonged to the Thread Crime Syndicate. You're a Thread.
We don't deal with cultists. Your smuggler broke the rules. She's out.
And the Venatori?
There's been more in Docktown. Boss says it's under control. But between us, I don't like it.
Then it's worth keeping an eye on. If you hear anything...
So will you.
You know a member of the Thread Crime Syndicate, personally.
Don't tell me you're surprised.
I like surprises. I'm not surprised. Honestly, I'm not sure why I asked the question.
I'd expect as much. You're not afraid of a tough crowd.
Draw the right lines, get the job done. It's how you sleep at night. Come on. There's more to see. If we want more gossip, we need more papers. Let's head to the south side.
I feel like we got way more from your contacts from buying newspapers, but that's all right.
You lived in Docktown your whole
okay.
life.
All right, more conversation.
Since I was born. Unless I'm out of the city for a job. Had a few apartments around town. The current one, it's not the lighthouse, but it's mine.
That means it's small.
You've been an investigator for a while.
It's not a short story.
Oh my gosh.
Made it this far? Is there a secret?
Trust people enough to get things done, not enough to get you killed.
And that lets you sleep at night.
If I'm lucky.
Serial in Minrathus. The latest chapter is here.
All of Rook's conversation right now, maybe this is one thing I'm not liking about the conversations. Everything that Rook says is a setup so that another character can give a one-liner and be their mysterious person. Rook is being here and it's building up Neve. So you've been an investigator? Well, it's not a short story. End of sentence, end of thought. It's not like an actual conversation. I'm just setting this up so that Neve can deliver all of these cool lines because Neve is so cool. And actually, out of all of the characters, Neve is turning out to be one that I believe is the most sensible. And it's probably, I probably like her the most because she doesn't talk, because she talks less. Oh, you're performing? Yeah, here you go. Sure.
The best cereal in Min
Is he?
The latest
What is he doing?
chapter is here.
He didn't do anything. He just held the ball in one hand.
Fushigi!
Circle District gossip.
Yeah. Wait. Give me a second. He had the right idea. He's.
The best cereal in Min
Is he just massaging it?
The latest chapter is here.
Oh, there we go. It's out of his hands. Oh, that's fancy. In a world. Okay. All right. Jeez. What secrets were painted in the painted box? Well, our heroes find the truth, and do they truly want to know? Do they truly want to? Read the next chapter of the Twisted Knife right. Oh, that's Balara's cereal.
One of Belle's cereals. Great.
I will take back my coin. This is not impressive. We're in a city of magic, and that's not impressive. I'm sorry.
You know, Varric hired me not far from here. Come on, Slick. Stop a ritual. Save the world. It'll be fun. I should have said no.
All right. These are the candle hops.
Scandal and enchantment.
Need something? We'll make a deal. Enough to meet mortal needs.
Scandal and enchantment. Read it here first.
Enchantment?
The real
Enchantment?
Town. Get it here.
Enchantment.
Paper. Thanks.
Scandal and enchantment.
The makings of a scandalous love affair. Was there a prominent circle mage at the Silver Coin? The same circle mage known to frequent Darktown's more interesting betting rings? And who was the mysterious friend? Well, I have answers, dear reader. You will... This is like a clickbait. I guess this is how newspapers work. And especially how they used to work when people were buying papers off the streets. Is it gives some sort of big announcement. I'm taking this from a Simpsons episode where they said, like, read all about it. The B-Sharps are back in town. And then someone buys a paper. It's like, hey, this is nothing about the B-Sharps. He's just like, all sales are final. And then the kid like runs away.
Read it
I think we've got enough.
What now?
Now I'm starving, and I know the best place in the city.
Doing all right?
Oh, is it? We're actually gonna go in the tavern now?
Yeah.
Hey guys. Sir? Don't mind me.
The lighthouse doesn't have this.
What?
A view of the water. I don't know, it helps me think. But we've got places to be. Come on.
It does kind of look like the water ends at that white line over there. It's interesting. Oh, that's not. We're not going into a tavern. We're going to street meat.
You. This fish won't eat itself. I said next time you were here, it was free.
Sure thing, Hal. Next time.
Yeah, it's always something.
How romantic, sharing fish kebabs in the rain.
Joining Varric. Us. Do you really wish you'd said no?
No. I just have a bad habit of picking jobs that go sideways. You think I'd learn?
Well, this job is worth it.
You said you'd take jobs worth taking.
That's what I tell myself.
This one was. The rest, we figure out as we go.
Varric said this job would end with Solus. We'd stop a ritual, then I'd walk away. But those gods escaped. Not much of a win. And if the world falls, the city goes too. It's not like I'll find work then.
Is that why you said yes? To save Minrathous?
People will tell you Minrathous is broken. And they're right. It's corrupt. Petty. Saving the world won't fix it. I take the small wins, Rook. Hal serving fish another day. Getting past the next scrape alive. Sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes you get more. But the tables always turn. It's better if you know it's coming.
But I am glad that she took the job. I just wish that wasn't the romantic option. It's not always like that.
Sometimes luck sticks.
You believe that? Then I've got a Treviso manor to sell you who needs a good tenant.
I'm not a mark. I'm serious.
I know. We managed to keep out of trouble. Let's get back before that changes.
This is not the same spot that we were looking. Nope, maybe it was. Nope, it wasn't. Interesting place to park us, though. Where did they put us? We were clearly looking at that, but I don't remember there being like the big eagle, the big sphinx thing. Either way, I really like Minrathous. I like its vibe. It has like this ancient Roman. It has like a unique architecture. It looks. There's a lot of diamonds in its balconies. There's all this like broken wood, shambled stone, but there's like this elegance to what this city possibly used to. It could have been in its prime, and then it's just dirty and it's raining everywhere. I really like it. It just has the right aesthetic.
Farewell for now.